So it's all happening, guys. We knew that it would happen eventually. It's been 10 months, I think, since the Nintendo Switch was released, and we finally have confirmation that an emulator is under development for it, so that's super cool. So I just wanted to run through the information that we have. This post was just released today on GBA Temp, and a massive shout out to my pal GameDev1909 for tagging me with this information. I'll have links to everything down in the description below regarding the new Yuzu Nintendo Switch emulator, as well as links to the Geekdom Discord server for anybody who wants to join. So let's jump right into this. This is the first post on GBA Temp. Yeah, by Bunny. So the Yuzu Nintendo Switch emulator. I'm just going to read through and we'll quickly go over some of the details, and I'll show you the Twitter post about it today, and we'll leave it at that. This is definitely going to be something that we follow this year in the community very, very closely. The progress on Cemu has been absolutely amazing, of course. I still have my eyes on that, but I'm not as deep into that as I previously was, as you can tell on my channel. I've kind of shifted my attention over to Zelda Breath of the Wild modding for the time being, but we're still following everything emulation, and yeah, without further ado, let's get into this. I'll stop rambling. So hello GBA Temp. I'd like to announce a new project that I've been working on the past few months. Making an emulator for the Nintendo Switch is a massive effort, no doubt. And we'd like to give a shout out and thank you to all the folks involved. Thank you to the Citra team for providing an excellent foundation for this project. So yeah, apparently this Switch emulator is, you know, standing on the shoulders of giants, as it were, as every new emulator that comes out is. So thank you to the Citra team. And here they are right here. Let's see. And to these people for work on the website, which we'll hop over to. Furthermore, we'd like to thank the Reswitch team. This project would not exist without their excellent work and willingness to share their knowledge. So I'm not gonna rattle off everybody's names, but there they are, all the hardworking folks trying to make this happen. Yuzu is a work in progress Nintendo Switch emulator. Yuzu is an open source project. Totally awesome. So following the Citra path, I see, of open sourcing, which is great to see. Licensed under the GPL v2 or any later version, Yuzu has been designed with portability in mind, with builds available for Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. The project is started in spring of 2017 by Bunny, who of course is making this post, one of the original authors of the popular Citra 3DS emulator, to experiment with and research the Nintendo Switch. Due to the similarities between Switch and 3DS, Yuzu was developed as a fork of Citra. This means that it uses the same project architecture, and both emulators benefit from shared improvements. During the early months of development, work was done in private and progress was slow. However, as Switch reverse engineering and homebrewing development became popular, work on Yuzu began to take off as well. So here's a link to the GitHub, their website. Let's take a look at that. Their Twitter account, and of course they have a Discord invite, so we'll jump into that as well. And again, I'm going to repost all these links down in the description below. But here was the, let's see, where am I going here? So this is their Twitter page, and it's pretty sparse right now, but you can go follow them. It's just YuzuMU is their handle. Here's their website, looking pretty sweet. Check out the source code, the wiki. Of course, you can donate to the project, which all of you people who are pro, you know, supporting projects like this, jump over and support this with your money. Donate to them. It helps. We definitely saw with Cemu, you know, how that type of financial support was able to push that project forward, and you know, Cemu, the developments on Cemu have just been absolutely astounding. So we'd like to see similar support for Yuzu, of course. And as the post over on GBA Temp said, reswitched the project to you know, really understand the insides, the technical specs and everything, and understand the software, how the Switch was working. It is another foundation to this emulator, so I'll leave a link to that for you to go check out as well. Let's see. We really appreciate the continued support from everyone in the community. We encourage anyone interested to please get involved in our project. So there's your call to action, guys. There are numerous ways to support projects like this. Getting involved. Yuzu has an active community of developers, and we welcome any form of contribution. It is always good to get in touch with the developer community first, though. The best way to do this is via our Discord server. We encourage you to check out the contributors guide. So there you go, another call to action to anybody who is a developer and wants to help out on this project. Jump over to their contributors guide. Supporting the project. Developing an emulator for a modern complex system like the Nintendo Switch requires significant hard work and dedication from a large team of developers. We will never charge you for Yuzu. That's totally awesome. Another reason to support this. We will always make our source code freely available. We do not make any money from our work, however development has many expenses that are often paid out of pocket by our team members. In this we know, everybody, that's just common sense. You know, time and energy goes into things like this, and people, you know, in real life are super busy trying to balance the responsibilities of life and trying to make ends meet. So when you're able to help support a project monetarily, it helps these people, you know, put time aside so that they can develop things like this. So that's just common sense. And again, to reference Cemu, because it's the most recent example, they've greatly supported from financial backing on Patreon. So maybe we'll see similar type of financial support opening up for Yuzu. I'll definitely support them if they do something like that. Among them is Switch consoles, so explore and reverse engineer the hardware. That makes sense. Switch games for testing, reverse engineering, and implementing new features. Web hosting and infrastructure setup. Definitely web hosting is always expensive. Software licenses. Of course, additional hardware, GPUs as needed to improve rendering support, other peripherals to add support. Your donations will go directly toward providing these to our team. Previous donations have already been used to purchase several Switch consoles, games, and host our current web infrastructure. However, our costs will continue as our team grows, our website grows, and as we strive to achieve high game compatibility, with Yuzu. Hopefully, they'll also set up some sort of, system that we see similarly with Cemu for end users to submit bug reports and give compatibility reports based off their hardware specs, etc., etc. I'm sure all that will come in time. Well, more than likely, we will more than gladly accept a donation. Of course we will. In particular, donations of Nintendo Switch hardware that are firmware 3.0 or lower are of particular use to the team. And as of the current date, January 2018, that makes sense because that's what currently is able to be soft modded with the current homebrew. So that's something that they'll need to get their hands on so that they can get into the lower underbelly, the software, and play around with things. Try to unravel it and reverse engineer it. If you'd like to donate, please contact this email below. Thank you for your support. Well, that is totally awesome. And again, thank you to GameDev1909 for bringing this to my attention. All the links, again, are going to be below down in the description, and I'm definitely going to be following this. So I hope you guys are excited about this just as much as I am, and I certainly look forward to seeing what the Yuzu team, has in store for us in 2018. So that's all for now, guys. To follow this, of course, follow this YouTube channel and jump into the Geekdom Discord server, where we'll of course have further updates. And shout out again to GameDev1909. He has a YouTube channel, go check it out. He posts a whole bunch of awesome stuff like this as well. Until next time, guys, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.